All right, my friends, SEO Website Masters here to talk about part 2 of the series of how to build a professional websites for under $100. All right, in the last video we talked about the domain and all the bells and whistles associated with that. In this video we are mostly going to talk about hosting. All right, hosting is very important. Okay, hosting is pretty much like the bread and butter of your website. It's your house. It's where you are going to store all of your data. It's called a database. It's going to determine how fast your website uploads. It's going to determine your searchability in terms of SEO. It's going to determine basically your overall website score. Okay, so hosting is very important. All right, there are so many hosting providers out there, but I'm only gonna cut to the chase and help you guys pick the right ones. Okay, because I've been doing this for so long, I've tried so many different hosting providers. When I first started, I was always trying to find the cheapest, ones that I could get, but cheap is not always the right way. And like I said, I guarantee you guys, with this series, you are going to spend under $100 to build a top professional quality website. So money is non-issue. $100 for your future is nothing. It's worth it. Okay, so now right now our budget is about $99, right? Okay, so you've already gotten your domain, which is $1 for the whole year, and it will be it's going to be your future address, right? Your future business address. That's what you're going to give people. Hey, look me up at this website, right? Okay, so now the hosting is going to be basically your entire database. This is your house. You got the address, right? Now your house is your hosting. The actual structure of your house, the land mass, right? The wood, the cement, everything that you can think of that goes into building a house. It's predicated upon your hosting. So that's why hosting is very important. Now, the reason why I'm saying you don't want to go too cheap is because a lot of those cheap ones, first of all, they're very slow, so that's going to affect your ranking, because how fast your website speed is actually one of the major factors in ranking, one of the major ranking factors. And on top of that, it's going to limit there's going to be a limit for how much data you can store. So what if you want to post a lot of content, you're going to get a bunch of emails, right? You're going to post a lot of videos, a lot of social media stuff. Once you cap out your websites, it's gonna slow down, and not only are they gonna slow it down, but you're not gonna be able to upload more content, or they're gonna charge you an arm and a leg to increase your bandwidth or your storage capacity. So that's why you don't want to go the cheap route. So I've minimized all of your struggles of research to 3 basically hosting providers: HostGator, Bluehost, and SiteGround. Now I'm gonna get rid of Bluehost. I've had them for about 2 years. They're okay, but I think HostGator and SiteGround are 2 of the best ones. And now, as far as what's cheaper, HostGator is cheaper, but for a little bit more money, you can 10x your bandwidth, your storage capacity, and your speed, your upload speed. Now, in that respect, I believe that SiteGround is better because for just a little bit more money, like from $5 to like $10, if you double it, you're gonna get all those bells and whistles for a fraction of the amount. Now, what separates SiteGround and Bluehost is SiteGround, I believe, doesn't have anything that's like $5 a month, so it's like $10 and above. But even their most basic plan is way better than HostGator. But HostGator is good for people that want to spend $5 a month, but at the same time, it's still top notch and top quality because it's still going to be better than Bluehost and all the other hosting providers. So you really can't go wrong with those two, but if you really want what's the better one, I would recommend SiteGround. But either way, they're both legit. So now we've figured out what domain we're gonna go with. So the next thing is you need you want to build your own email. So you can actually go into your server and you can create an email account using your domain name. Now, for business credit purposes, that's key because you need an actual professional email. You don't want to use anything at Gmail or at Yahoo. And most importantly, if you create a website, you don't want to put like a Gmail on a website. It just doesn't look professional. But most importantly, it's for the credit purposes, right? And also to put on business cards and to give it to your customers. All right. Now, what I do is when I create like an email, a professional email at mydomain.com, I just forward it to my regular email. So that way you're not, chasing your tail, trying to log into so many different accounts. As soon as you get an email from your professional website, it just gets forwarded right to your personal email. So that way you keep up with all the emails that you get from your prospective clients and your current clients and your future clients. But at the same time, you're still maintaining that professionalism. So your private information is not out there in public. Okay. So those are like the major reasons. Like I said, if you go with HostGator and SiteGround, you can also apply for the SSL certificate, which makes your domain private, and secured using the SSL certificate. So that's also another bonus feature. And through the hosting, you can upload whatever web building service that you want to use. So I usually use WordPress because WordPress is like about 80 to 90% of what the entire websites on earth are built upon. So all the cool things for like SEO and other things are out there for that's compatible with WordPress. And WordPress it's really cool. It's really good for like blogging and things like that, and that really helps with SEO. So once you can upload WordPress. Then all you need is just the covering for your house, which is your theme. And in the next video, we're going to talk about that. Okay? If I think of something important that I miss, I think those are like the major things that you need to build a website. I mean, just your hosting is basically your database where you have complete control of your website. You can see everything you can see the traffic, you can see you can get into your emails, you can upload your the web building services, your SSL certificate, right? Man, I'm kind of drawing blank now, but those are the major features. If I think of anything important that I miss, I'll make another video on it, but I think I covered like all the major things. But again, so now our budget is $99. You get a hosting, it's gonna cost less. even if you go with the extreme, which is SiteGround in this situation, you're talking about $10 a month. So right now we're only, let's say you pick the $10 per month or right plan, you still have $89 before your professional website is built. So we're still within budget. Now there are, aside from HostGator and SiteGround, there's Webflow. Webflow is way better, but it's a little bit harder. You gotta actually know how to design a website, because it's literally designing websites from scratch. Yeah, you can upload templates, but the whole point of using Webflow is for those creative geniuses, people that can draw from scratch, from like an idea to reality, right? Now, I'm not really that good at that, so yeah, I'm using Webflow, but honestly, I'm thinking about going back to SiteGround and going back to WordPress and just uploading themes, because I'm not very visually inclined. I'm not an artist. I'm more like I'm a web designer, so I don't actually code. I don't create logos. I don't, create anything from scratch. I just use a template, and then I edit things. A little bit of coding, not that much. I'm not really that good with coding. I mean, I can do like the colors and that kind of thing, but I can't code a website from scratch. So for people that are actually good coders, I will recommend Webflow. Webflow is more expensive. The most basic plan is about $20 a month, but it's for those individuals that have way greater skills. Like, my bread and butter is not designing websites. It's more SEO. It's search engine optimization. It's helping your website rank #1. Yeah, I've been building websites for about 10 years, so I know like all the bells and whistles, everything that goes into a website from scratch. I can do it, but it's just not my specialty. I can upload a theme and make it look as perfect as possible, and with minimal coding I can get you what you want. But if you're really like an artist, a creative kind of person, I'll recommend Webflow. But this video is more for beginners, people that are not natural coders. They just want a professional website because they got a great business and they just need to get themselves out there. This video is more geared towards those type of people. All right, I hope this video helps. Now, part 3 of the final series, we're gonna talk about themes. I'm gonna tell you guys where to find the good ones for something under our budget, $89, and we're gonna talk about all the rest of the steps required to build this professional websites under $100, guaranteed. All right, guys, until next video.